It's Monday morning at 11. I'm Jason Schwartz, and this is the Neutral Zone. The Neutral Zone, with me, Jason Schwartz, would like to thank No Ka'oi Motors Maui Car Rentals for their support. Located at 181 Dairy Road across from the fire station in Kaului, they've served the Maui community for more than 30 years with services in used cars and automobile rentals. Find them online at mauicarrentals.net or at 877-3300. The Neutral Zone is heard Mondays live at 11 a.m. and again on Saturdays at 7 a.m. on KAKU 88.5 FM. Today is Monday. If you ask me what Monday, I would say it's Monday, November before Thanksgiving. Last week was Veterans Day on Monday. I'm looking at my volumes here. Everything should be good. Anyway, good aloha. It was Veterans Day, and we reran an interview I had done 2 weeks prior when candidate Mayor-elect Michael Victorino was on with me, sitting right here. And I'm sure that was a good thing for the people that wanted to hear and see him now that he, in fact, was mayor, elected mayor-elect. And now that interview is on after. So some of the things that we talked about and speculation are now going to be, okay, let's see what kind of team that our mayor-elect considers to put together, and all the other council people. This is the first show that I have live after the election, and we had a few guests, but the thought was it's right before Thanksgiving. And my beautiful and wonderful partner, Ariel, is under the weather. And so she's got a big week this week. They have a Maui Choral Arts on Sunday, has a big concert at the Maui Arts and Cultural Center. It is one of those, 80 people in it. And it's a really fantastic, beautiful music for Christmas season. Kicks off the Christmas season for everyone. So that's coming up Sunday, but she's got rehearsals, 4-hour rehearsal tonight, 4-hour rehearsal tomorrow night, and then Thanksgiving, of course, is running, and a little bit of running. Up there in Kula Hospital, we have friends like Jarrell, Dr. Ed Elkin, who's been a patient and resident there, and so we were going to try to get him down to festivities, and then something changed because someone got injured. Lots of changes, so she's got a busy week. But what I am grateful for is lots of things, and one is my partner, Ariel. Now that the county has moved to a new place, I call it a new place because the election is over. Now we can stop calling each other names and start calling each other friends again. And I am happy to say that this race came out with a really good, I think, mix of people. There are surely people. I really like people. I really think Trinette Furtado is a wonderful, hardworking lady who is so much out for the people. I hope that people will find her back in the light again here. Mike Molina is a good guy. He has experience. Now he's one of the experienced people on council to a host of new people. We've got Tasha Kam in Kahului. That was I guess a surprise, but not a surprise. Present Mayor Alan Arakawa was defeated, but I'll tell you, he has a very strong mind and he's doing things, and I don't think that projects that he's doing will fall by the wayside if they have merit, because I know that there are lots of people with all kinds of opinions, but I think that this council with this mayor will discuss things in a way that I didn't really feel that I saw comfortably, and the public hopefully now will bring a more loving approach to their testimony. And I think that because they know some of the candidates that are there, Shane Sinensi from Hana seat, and Kiani Rawlins Fernandez from Molokai. Molokai has special needs, and I'm really That'll be another show, but that's a special spot in my heart, I'll tell you. Anyway, and then there's Yuki Sugimura, One Up Country. And who else is there to think about? Tamara Paulton in the West Side. Tamara, I don't know, I think Tamara. Anyway, very dynamic and interesting lady. Alice Lee, very strong, important leader. Alice Lee has done a lot, been on council, been in some of these director roles, and knows government. I think of this government sort of as like plumbers and carpenters. These are the guys that build the walls, fix the walls, keep them all patched, give us all the things we need. But outside, in a greater way, we're looking for visionaries. Alika was a very strong, I thought, traditional visionary. Some people saw him in different light. And Brian Bartolini, I met him. I found him to be quite a gentleman. I can see, though, he might scare some ladies that are more timid and gentle. The county has really very nice people working in some of these departments, but they're more gentle. So they're I don't know. But anyway, Alice Lee's a really good choice. And who am I missing? Goro Hakama, I think, isn't that funny? Ricky Hakama. When I first started in politics in 1992, Goro Hakama was a seasoned person on council, like, God, 26 years or something at the time. Anyway, when I ran for mayor and then switched to council race there in 1994. But when I think of Ricky Hakama, I remember when he was a rookie, and I met him with John, I forgot his name, planning guy. Anyway, came down with him, and there was a lot of growth in him through the years. And I am very happy to say that he has stepped out into the national scene. I think that all that he knows about stuff can well be appreciated by this very receptive, I think, council that is looking to work together, that is looking to do things to help the people of this island. What an exciting time. That's why I think we're in a new time. I've told Mike Victorino, but I'll now say it more formally. I hope to make Mike Victorino the best mayor that Maui has ever had. And I hope to make this council the best council that Maui has ever had. What that means to me is what it should be in a coordinated way, an integrated action plan on an island to create self-sustainability and long-term future by looking over the horizon at things that we know. On an island, you can't push your problems into the ocean. You can't destroy the ocean around you. There are so many positive things, so many things that I hope to share with you and continue to share with you and bring people here into here. Some politicians, some artists, some musicians. We have all kinds of people that have expressed interest in being here, people with issues. By the way, I don't know how many people are listening now live. I hope that someone is. In fact, I hope that a lot of people are. But we have to promote this station, KAKU 88.5 FM. There is no half, they keep telling me. 88.5 FM. That's a half to me. But anyway, 873-3435. I'd love if that was a thing on Facebook, but I don't know where it reaches live. But also, we really need to get interaction. And frankly, I haven't done the kind of marketing and promotion, clearly, or know how to. And that's where more people's input is really not only needed and important, but the reason that I'm doing this. The Maui Arts and Music Association, people aligned in positive action. The concept of self-sustainability means using things we have. Right here, I'm sitting in a radio station. Right next door is Akaku Maui Community Media. That's television and visual, okay, for the internet and such. Just a couple of miles down the road is the University of Hawaii Maui campus. I'm enrolled, having fun, in creative media, art, music, computer-related graphics and design. I plan on doing some video editing, but why am I there? I'm getting some knowledge from there, and I can share financing tips for seniors. There's some amazing financial aid packages that will allow you to learn skills that, my brother runs a major, well, he retired already. He runs a major school in Los Angeles, Crossroads it's called. Anyway, he said these skills, they're not going to get you to the head of the group. It's going to give you a chance. Older people that don't have the skills, some of these skills in computer, would really be appreciating Maui community, Maui College here, Maui University. They have financial aid programs that will allow you to have the money to pay for the school and even help you supplement some of your life if you want it. And I'm sure that if you get into an aid program, when you graduate at 75, it's not likely that all the money you borrow will be paid back. But it was well spent and will get you back into the job market. And anyway, that's another story. But here we are. I'm yapping. I think I'm yapping because I'm alone. I was going to have guests here, but I didn't want to make this too political. I just wanted to be relaxed. I have some music I picked out. I got my iPhone XR. I guess it's called the iPhone XR, which is the new iPhone, but the lower one, I guess. They say the screen is bigger than the iPhone 7 Plus, which is what I had. But in fact, the screen is bigger, but the text is slightly smaller. My eyes, I'm wearing these. I feel like Ray Charles driving here, but when these glasses are on, I can see the difference, and there's a difference. But this works beautifully, and it has some really fun new features. In AR, there are these emojis that are very, very fun, very fun. I am very happy to say that I have music here, but in transferring that music, I wasn't able to get some of the other things. But Facebook has a real thing about playing music that isn't yours, that you don't have into your control or have gotten permission. Well, I've gotten permission for everything, including things I've written and including things that I'm singing. And artists like Lono is an artist. He's on Molokai, old style. You'll find him at lonomusic.com. He's a wonderful guy. Well, years ago, I sang a couple of his songs, and there's all kinds of people you're going to see in weeks to come. I ran into Benny Kikuyama at the Clean Kaumanu Mall, and I saw him there with his troupe of students playing ukulele, and I saw him all these years, been a teacher and wonderful guy. He was on my radio show on Ko'oi. That's a long time ago, a few owners back, actually. Anyway, and here he was performing as Ben and Glenn. And Glenn Kikuyama and Ben, a long time, Uyataki, a wonderful guy. Anyway, there's a lot of people that are going to be coming here and talking to you about this vision. I mentioned about the college. I mentioned about Akaku. We have people that are learning skills. They're learning them here at Akaku as well, here in public access. I know that a production company needs a hub, and that hub is sort of like I guess the county does it with I don't know if they do it exactly that with their film office, but I think an industry is created by having a studio of production. So Dreammaker Studio, that's us, are putting out a pre-production casting call. I hope you'll send Team Aloha at iCloud.com. Team Aloha, TEAMALOHA, at ICLOUD.com. Send resumes if you want, and reels. Keep it all in email form, because this isn't going to be exactly used yet, but we're going to start doing our own process and bringing in production people and involving students. And how do I know that? Because you, the students, and you, the people in the community, are going to come forward with all kinds of aspects of this industry. And we're going to be interacting between Akaku. We're going to fill the airwaves with product, if you will, of creation and create an industry here, and self-sustaining industry here. There are things about, I am so excited when I think about the change that has happened in government because of, I think, a new willingness to sit down and tackle the important issues that are local issues, homelessness, housing, two sort of sounding the same, very different, couple of areas in each that need to be addressed, and we'll talk about them and address them. What's the expression? Name names. That means not only name people whose job it might be, but we can't have any job done if we don't have all the resources and we don't have a public understanding of the value of some of those things so that they can diminish the future workload. You know, I mean, we have a lot of things that we have to really address and come forward as a group of people to embrace the solutions that we need for the major problems that we've got as an island. But we sure have a lot of love. And in this time of graciousness, you know, the word Thanksgiving, I hear that almost all the time from my partner, Ariel. Ariel is a bundle of joy, and she has really been, I want to say, has softened me and over these years. Some people say I'm not that soft. I'm very hard and difficult. I don't know, not to me. But she focuses, whenever things are crazy around me and we're talking about all these stories, she doesn't want to be in the middle of that. She focuses on the joy, and she's shared with me, and it's true. And we have so many things to be thankful for. Look at where we're living. Would you want to be living in California? No. If you were going to Costco here and you end up with empty shelves, do you recognize that when California is burning, like now, what food independence means to Maui? When you see empty shelves, when you realize we really are one problem, and problem doesn't have to be here, and we're cut off. We need to be sustainable. Well, we can do it. Not only is it going to take our government, which is great, but we're going to be introducing things in the private sector and trying to reach out in the private sector. I want to say to put deals together. Maybe that's what it is. And we're going to do it through our nonprofit and other nonprofits and see that the government helps us along the way to solve and work at some of these things in concert, in complement with what the government and others are doing. We're going to be our own effort, and we're going to use this nonprofit vehicle so that the money is transparently used, and people that are involving themselves can know exactly where we're going with this and what we're doing. This has been a long time effort. I mean, considering when I got here in 1988 and then formed this nonprofit in 1991, really because of a lack of cooperation. The Line Art Society's 25th year, in 1991, they were 25 years old, and their then president, Sherry Carden, said, "Jason, can you help me to promote the Line Art Society?" And I really was into music and renewable technology and stuff, and I said, "Yeah, I'll do." And so as we were working, we came before the board, and there was a thorn. I don't know if she would consider herself a thorn, but a thorn. Someone that was staunchly committed to not changing the Line Art Society in any way. Well, here in the 25th year, I wanted to involve music and art to put on a fundraising cooperative effort. When that was defeated, I was encouraged to start a nonprofit by someone who had just started a Spanish-speaking television show. And so that's how we began. With an effort, I created a new charter and articles and went at it and filled out the forms, and there we were. Well, over these years, we've been audited a couple of times. We're still here. We are a hub, a 501c3 or C4. I don't know which. I think it's C4. But we're transparent about what we're doing with things. And what are we doing? We are creating ideas that need some substantiation before money will put itself into that and help perpetuate these visions. So we supplement important technology development and we create jobs. And that means many areas. We're on an island. Well, see, I'm talking. Let me just see what time it is. I got to put my glasses on. Oh, we got another few minutes before we have a break. Anyway, so all these different areas are areas that right now we have people doing all these things. I mean, it's not, we're talking about regular action, growing food, delivering it to market, but there are new technologies. I've been blessed over these last 25 plus years, 30 years now. I've been on Maui, but I've been blessed with people approaching me and me discovering important, powerful, self-sustaining direction technologies. Things that aren't created from air, and fortunately, I think fortunately for all of us, proving that they're working isn't my job, but we have potentially a product that has been created in Maui that is, I call it first generation technology, technology that we can say is created here. Maybe it's second generation. I don't know how many of you heard of hydrogen. Some people talk about hydrogen for power. Some people think about volatility of hydrogen. Well, I'm not going to try to be an expert here, but hydrogen can be used for health. Hydrogen can be used for combustion. We know about the welding torches, but it also can be used in the fields. I saw an article that shared that hydrogen in a plasma state, solid, liquid, gas, plasma. Hydrogen in a very excited plasma state, which is gas that I want to say gas you electrocute, like on the surface of a water when lightning strikes that. Okay, well, that has been found to be a great stimulant. Why? Because it kills all the, quote, bad microbes. Does it like shooting them? No. Hydrogen is a selective antioxidant. It cleans out the environment, and microbes have nothing to be able to live on, and problem goes away. When that happens, plant grows better. So fantastic growth. But that also is, that's growth, that's fertilizer. So we don't need fertilizer. It's also an environment, again, that the bugs, that all the critters don't like. So this, in conjunction with all kinds of growing things that are happening above ground, in ground, our self-sustainability isn't a question of if we can. It's a question of when we do. And so that's the kind of attitude that happens from having great technologies. To think that India, I mean, you look at this article, I'm going to post it on the webpage. I'll put a link to it. If we can have that kind of level of confidence in a technology that here in the United States is really new to everyone, but yet in China and Japan, they know hydrogen is great for health. They have 170 diseases that they've documented and continue to document, that hydrogen is the best selective antioxidant in a plasma form. All kinds of stuff you're going to learn about here in the Neutral Zone. Meet their inventor. Let's take a break and give our sponsors a chance to breathe. Give me a chance to breathe. And we'll be right back. Hang on, let me see here. The Neutral Zone with me, Jason Schwartz, would like to thank No Ka'oi Motors Maui Car Rentals for their support. Located at 181 Dairy Road across from the fire station in Kaului, they've served the Maui community for more than 30 years with services in used cars and automobile rentals. Find them online at mauicarrentals.net or at 877-3300. The Neutral Zone is heard Mondays live at 11 a.m. and again on Saturdays at 7 a.m. on KAKU 88.5 FM.
Aloha! This is the Maui Baha'i community bringing you some words of wisdom to reflect on this week. Baha'is believe that a just and peaceful world is not only possible, it is inevitable, and it starts in our own hearts. Baha'u'llah says, "In the garden of thy heart, plant not but the rose of love." You can learn more about what Baha'u'llah says every Sunday at 9:30 a.m. at the Makawa Baha'i Center near the Makawa Elementary School. All are welcome.
Hi, I'm Jason Schwartz, host of The Neutral Zone. KAKU is a listener-supported station. This means that all of the great programs you hear, like mine, are sponsored by you as well as our underwriters. If you would like to help keep the voice of Maui talking loud and clear, go to kakufm.org/donate today and give. And don't miss The Neutral Zone Mondays at 11 a.m. on 88.5 FM, the voice of Maui.
I'm David Packman, host of The David Packman Show, heard Monday through Friday on KAKU 88.5 FM at our new time, 4 o'clock. Analysis, commentary, interviews, and more from a perspective not offered on corporate media. Not only news from the front lines of progressive issues, but facts that are factual and information that is actually informing. The David Packman Show, heard now at 4 p.m. on KAKU, the voice of Maui.
Well, it looks like I thought I can press some more buttons if they want me to. I will. We are very happily sponsored by No Ka'oi Motors. They're just down the street here, 181 Dairy Road, across from the fire station. I've known Rick Tolan and his group there, Kali'i and the rest, for many years. And really wonderful people. Maui Car Rentals they also have, and they're years of dependable quality stuff. I want to say local, but they're local to me. That's a great 30 years. I know that's a long time. You know, I can see by my early sponsors in this radio business that your friends are everything, and I think that's one thing for Thanksgiving. Thank you, friends. I mean, there's nothing to be said that can't, there's nothing greater than the love I've found, family and friends. Here so far from the mainland I have been, I imagine, is this better? This is better, I think. This is better. I have been really, that sounds like a radio voice. See, I guess I have to be that close this time. I don't know why the difference. Anyway, I have been away from family distance-wise, and so my family is my friends, and Maui's a very loving place. And again, I have thanks to my partner, Ariel, who I want to say is my softer, more gentle side. No, she's my partner, and she is 100% herself, a unique and beautiful being. Yeah. So here we are. We're almost at Thanksgiving. I hope that this Thanksgiving, if you have the way to help people that don't have, please do help them. I mean, I know they must be having Thanksgiving dinners around, I hope, in town here for homeless people, and I don't know who does it. Salvation Army, a bunch of groups probably. I don't have a list in front of me. But I think that every day we need to be helping people. I spoke to a homeless person on another island who used to be on Maui, hasn't been here in a year, a she. And I told her about these people on Kamehameha, shopping carts, mounds of them. And she said, "Oh, yeah, I know them all. This is a community that has grown to, looks like hundreds, between the Kaului Public Library and Kamehameha, between Lono, or I guess it's a little before Lono, all the way going to the corner where Aloha Shell is and Walgreens. All that is just shopping cart city loaded with stuff and people's belongings and sleeping stuff. We've got to deal with these things. And our new mayor and council, I know that it's on their top hit parade to do that. I hope that can happen. And I hope that in this season, even before these people get in office, we can see about helping coordinate and really making it publicly more visible so that we can get the swell in the community to get the funds, if that's what it takes, and the land to build temporary housing. You know, I was speaking to someone who was talking to the mayor on the Big Island, and the course they've used to get a lot of these problems under control is by declaring emergency. I've said this before. I was glad to hear that someone's using the power of an emergency to do things that are not necessarily specifically to code, but will get the job done temporarily. And anyway, that I hope is going to be happening. But anyway, this Thanksgiving, help people. Think of Thanksgiving as just that. Thanks, give thanks, and we're giving. I don't know, I've never heard it quite explained that way, but I surely feel the thanks and the gratitude. We all like that. But there's that other part, that giving. We give thanks, but if we also give and help others that may not be as fortunate as us, we'll bring up the level of people's lives. You know, we'll bring them up in a loving way. I think that's the thing that I've learned to really appreciate in life, is the giving. And I know many of you are like that. 873-3435 is the number. We're at KAKU 88.5 FM, the voice of Maui. I'm Jason Schwartz. I'm here speaking to myself. I am talking about gratitude. I'm talking about things that can be done. I have never seen a time where, and I don't think any of you have, where we've had more major problems going on. And we can say it's climate change, we can say it's not climate change, we can point at this one and this and that, but we have natural solutions available that'll help us get greater yield. There are technologies. I don't know if I've explored with you the thermoacoustic cooler dryer. And it can be solar thermoacoustic cooler dryer. Use the sun, heat an inert gas in a closed tube. As you heat it with the sun, that gas expands through a passive, that means it doesn't have any moving parts, engine. It's not an engine, it's foil that's wrapped in a certain way. When the gas is forced through that foil, it creates cooling, creating cooling with the sun. That technology means a refrigerator in a small thing, or a cooling produce, keeping it fresh for market longer. The ability to be self-sustainable, the ability to grow better, and the ability to keep it fresh for market, a natural market. We're 3,000 miles away from the mainland. We can be self-sustainable. There are things here that you're going to discover that we hope are going to be part of our demonstration to the world. Self-sustainability modeling. See what I mean? Now we're our technologies and supplementing development of technologies that create solutions, create jobs, clean exportable product from Hawaii, from here. You know, these are things we've been talking about for years. I think moving papayas and produce that we thought was so unique. Now things have grown all over the world. maybe that is a market we still want to tap. But if things go away and we don't handle the feeding of all of our people and improve our self-sustainability, what are we doing? So we're going to see some changes. I know we are. I know we're going to see a lot of changes and a lot of push direction, at least from the government group that I know about. We'll be pushing toward making that a priority and giving people a break when they do A, B, and C. That might be in their taxes. It might be, who knows? We'll find out how we're going to be doing this. But I know one thing. It's very exciting because it seems that the momentum is toward cooperation and unity with conversation that I think is going to make a difference. But it takes the private sector. That means someone out there who has the ability to be the bank needs to see the wisdom in doing that and needs to understand their position in this matrix of our self-sustainability model called Maui. That's why I say a bit to our mayor-elect Victorino and council, distinguished council. Let's be encouraging in private sector. You know, I wonder sometimes if some of the deals that our present mayor is doing, if they were shared with the public and better understood, that we might not see a swell of support for smooth transitioning between now and our new mayor. I'd like to be able to think that the department heads and the departments will come away from this transition somehow enriched and not stripped of power and start again, and then stripped of power and start again. You know, we have new people coming in, but I mean, I don't know. They say don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. That's why I'm also glad that our council has the wisdom and experience of people like Alice Lee and Mike Bolina and Ricky Hokama and more, by the way. But also and Kelly King, and it has the new people, and those new people are new lifeblood. I mean, I think this is a really exciting time. It's going to be interesting to see. We're going to bring people on that have pieces of that pie to share with you, to share areas of our government and areas in private sector that are of importance to you. 873-3435 is our call-in number. Until we have a wider audience that we know of, we're being pretty conservative in the sense that I'm not really going at issues in a big way until I see that we've got the focus that we need. We've been building a library of interviews. We're going to switch to TV, and those interviews are going to also have the moving parts. When I talk about HHO and hydrogen and plants in the field, you're going to see that. It'll be on screen. But I don't know. I'm very, very powerfully positive. I think this is the most exciting to me of any of the times since I got here to Maui, and that was 1988. But I somehow feel like the old guard, the old boys, that's so funny, the public, that should change things. And I think it's very funny when it takes a king to get people to be on the same level. That's very funny, that Kelly King. But, she's been a great outspoken voice. It's so funny that she already has 5 votes, we believe, for her to be the chair of the council. And it was only a couple of years ago that she was new. But this is very refreshing. So I think that it's going to be an interesting time, especially when I know the commitment from our mayor is to help the kupuna and to help local people. Hearing that, plus a council that's receptive and more interested in development of solutions for local situations and problems here and handling things, and really, I want to say controlled tourism. Is that such a word? I imagine it is. Well, I know that we need housing badly, but I'm just excited about this time. And there's so much thing I could talk about with Grace. I feel like I'm rambling. I'm by myself, and you're getting the benefit of that. I think I'm going to play some music for you. I was mentioning about the transfer of the phone. Some of the music that I might have played for you, I'm not, because Facebook watches things and everyone, but I have songs from me and from Lono and friend mine John Hetherington. This one was, 1976. John Hetherington was a great writer, may still be. He's got to be old like me. He came over, Melanie, remember I got a brand new pair of roller skates, Melanie, and Cyclone, and Melanie, and her husband Peter Shakirik had brought this guy over, and we were at a studio of a guy named Artie Ripp, who had just stopped his contract, or he was still in it at the time, with Billy Joel. He got Billy Joel the deal, and Erwin Mazer, his brother's on Maui, actually, Ruby Mazer, good artist, jazz guy. Anyway, he's the guy that did the tongue for the Rolling Stones, among other things. Anyway, at that song, we got that. Why don't I stop talking and play some music? Here's 1976, and then I'm going to come back, and then I'm going to play you something else from, I don't know what it was. When did Jack Lewin run for governor? Then Lono wrote this song. He was very moved when he met Jack Lewin, and he wrote this song. So, and then he let me sing it, which was fun. But anyway, let me put my glasses on and play for you. Here we go. Here it is, 1976.
1, 2, 1, 2. A baby understands me like nobody else. She wakes me in the morning, I think of myself, I get going. Well, I'm working in a city so far away. I got 1,000 reasons I really could stay, I'm not sure. Yeah. For a baby girl, nature's child, so sweet and growing wild. Hey, mama, give me loving tonight, loving tonight. Hey, mama, give me loving tonight, loving tonight. Well, I made it in the office, played on the road. I know a lot of ladies I really could hold if I wanted. But I get this funny feeling I'm doing you wrong. I finally made it back down the road of the song where I started. Oh, baby girl, nature's child, keeping good and keeping wild. Hey, mama, give me loving tonight, loving tonight.
Wow, what a memory for me. In there I heard, you remember the movies Police Academy? There was a black gal that played Officer Hooks. That's my friend Marion Ramsey, who was actually singing country was the thing that she was directing herself. She's great. She's an actress and a wonderful lady. Anyway, and she was there, and then we had Natalie Cole was recording in the next studio over, and we had her background band, Gwen Gooley Brown. That was some really amazing people, and then Jay Wolf, who played with Melanie and David Doran on guitar. Amazing. Used to be an Iron Butterfly years ago. It's like interesting cast of characters. Kenny Park, who was playing with Donna Summer, and who else do we have there? Milt Holland, and that was years ago. My God. I know so many people here I've seen that over the years been on Maui, but I haven't really shown too much of my music. Well, we are now. Here's Lono's song that he wrote. I think it's a great song, Unlock the Hope. Maybe you remember this song. Maybe you'll remember it now. The time has come to make a change, to unlock the hope.
The time has come to make a change. The time has come to unlock the hope that lives in each and every one of us. And we must do our part. We hold the visions God dreams of. Our hands can heal the ones we love. Let's gather round and let us make a stand. For you and me, unlock the hope and there's a better life. Unlock the hope, there'll be no turning back. But nothing changes unless we unlock the hope. The time has come to make a change. The time has come to unlock the hope that lives in each and every one of us. And we must do our part. We hold the visions God dreams of. Our hands can heal the ones we love. Let's gather round and let us make a stand. For you and me, unlock the hope and there's a better life. Unlock the hope, there'll be no turning back. But nothing changes unless we unlock the hope. But nothing changes unless we unlock the hope. But nothing changes.
808-873-3435 to call in. I understand someone was calling and I didn't see it call. Now I can know where to look for the call-ins. Remember, this is Ray Charles here. Or practically. That was recorded in Renato's studio here in Kihei. Renato was a great drummer, still is. You hear him singing. You'll see him at this Maui Choral Arts coming this weekend. Thank you, Lono, for Unlock the Hope. Thank you for letting me sing it. That was fun. I have to watch out for the phone. I think I'm going to need a big thing in front of me to be able to see it better. Well, that's good. Thank you for calling, and look forward to having you call again, whoever they may be, and we hope there'll be more. You know, the neutral zone was created to create an environment where we can talk about anything from every side. And we hope to be a service to Maui County and to Hawaii and the world, of being a place we're going to see TV from us soon, where we can explore things that normally you don't think to put together, or you wouldn't even think that things could happen so easily. But I think it's a matter of creating a forum and publicly getting people to be influencing those and showing them the things that might happen if they were to involve themselves. Or maybe they'll just find the right people. We'll see what's going to be, you know. We only have a little time left, maybe 5 minutes or so. So I'm going to play one more song just because I want to. And that's a good reason. Thank you for being so gracious to be here. We're going to have guests next week again. I just wanted to take this Thanksgiving week and thank you. And thank you for watching and listening all these years and for supporting me and all my thoughts and all my stuff. I'm hoping that we're going to find this new season to be one that we're not only grateful for, but that we participate in and find solutions together. This is called Stardust Road.
When I lived out in the country, I used to dream of money and fame. So me and my girlfriend Margot came out to L.A. And while Margot was a waitress and I was a fixing cars, we kept it all together, pretending we were stars. Margot was in the movies and I was singing the rock and roll. We would go out by the highway to a make-believe place called Stardust Road. And we made believe it was spotlights from the cars passing on their way. The roar of the engines was our crowd as we got up on the stage. The trees are full of
Real string players, 16 string players.
and we played all
That was a fun
night.
session.
Highway crowd kept calling us back again. They would stand and call our names out loud and beg us not to leave. And if anyone could see, we gave them a memory to last forever. Well, now Margot is in the movies and my album has just gone gold. The phone's been ringing off the wall and I can't find time alone. So when Margot's tired of interviews and I can't sing another song, we go back out to the highway, to the place we still call Stardust Road. And we make believe it's spotlights from the cars passing on their way. The roar of the engines was our crowd as we got up on the stage. The trees are full of people calling for us to begin. And we played all night 'cause that highway crowd kept calling us back again. Yes, we do our show on Stardust Road because it keeps us free. And if anyone can see, we give them a memory to last forever. To last forever. To last forever.
You'll have to listen to the album to hear this whole ending. It's a big musical ending. I had this orchestra, you know, put them to use. This was written by a guy named Tom Chase, who was teaching Barbara Streisand how to play guitar. Anyway, lots of fun stories for the future. Thank you for joining us here today on the Neutral Zone. We will see you next week. Thank you for watching and listening. 88.5 FM, KAKU. Aloha. The neutral zone.
Man, do I love card night. You ready, boys?